This subcommittee has been focused on examining diversity in all its forms and the intersection with financial and economic opportunity. I am very pleased that today's hearing will continue that work by exploring the barriers that persons with disability experience in seeking full economic inclusion, employment opportunities, entrepreneurship, affordable and accessible housing, and beyond. Disability takes many forms. For example, it can be physical or cognitive, apparent or invisible, present from birth, or acquired due to age, illness, or injury. While no person's experience is exactly the same as another's, various research report some broad trends that are worth bearing in mind as we hear from and question our expert witnesses today. Nearly 1 in 4 American adults live with a disability of some kind, and that number seems to be growing. The Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates that 1.2 million more Americans identify as having a disability in 2021 compared to the previous year. As many as 7 million Americans are now dealing with long COVID and a lot of uncertainty about their future. Persons with disabilities are more likely to experience unemployment, lower wages and savings, poverty, increased cost of living, and homelessness compared to those without a disability. As just one metric, the unemployment rate for people with disabilities, 10.8%. Last year was over twice that of those without at 5.2%. Persons with disabilities are also less likely to be employed in the financial sector and, in fact, are disproportionately excluded from traditional banking consumers. And as we know, the unbanked community is more at risk of financial fraud. Thus, banking as well as housing are areas of particular concern as the lack of affordable housing is even more acute for those who need accessible and integrated housing. For instance, only 3.5% of U.S. homes are ground floor and configured to accommodate the width of a wheelchair. I want to thank the Kelsey Group for mentioning in their mission on ground housing model. And despite the United States Supreme Court Olmstead decision, people with disabilities are too often having no choice but to live in congregate institutional settings rather than integrated into their communities. These are some of the challenges that people with disabilities face, and it is my goal that this hearing will include a thoughtful discussion on policies that this committee and this Congress can consider to build a more inclusive economy. I return to one of the core principles that I have used to guide this subcommittee's work, that diversity is beneficial, not just for individuals, but for businesses and the economy as a whole. I have a broad range of experience and perspectives. I believe if we have a broad range of perspectives and experiences, that will lead to better decisions and better value. People with disabilities have much to offer in this regard, and I certainly look forward to the witness testimony and the questions from the committee. Thank you.